I'm here today to talk with you about marriage equality and particularly about the fact that marriage equality does not exist in the state of Georgia. I will also be covering the fact that same-sex couples are not able to adopt in the state of Georgia. I personally reside in a state that has legalized same-sex marriage and recognizes marriage equality as something that is important. Due to this fact, I believe I was unaware that other states continue to hold on to such strong opinions, ensuring that same-sex marriages do not become legal. While researching the marriage laws in the state of Georgia, it has come to my attention that it is legal in the state of Georgia to marry your first cousin. Georgia also recognizes common law marriages from other states. However, if a same-sex couple has been married in another state, once they cross the border of Georgia, Georgia will not recognize their marriage. That seems pretty fair, right? The United States likes to promote itself as being the land of the free. I guess it may be for some, but you better make sure you're part of the right group if you want to be able to exercise your so-called freedoms. Sorry to all the same-sex couples in Georgia. This is clearly not a place where you're able to do so. Ann Matthews, an RN and PhD, in 2009 stated, "First cousins have a higher chance of sharing the same genes. And due to this fact, when it comes to first cousins bearing a child with a birth defect, this risk is about double the general population's risk for having a child with a birth defect or a death in early childhood." I attempted to find similar information regarding a child brought into the family of a same-sex marriage, and it did not surprise me that I was not able to find such information. It is shocking to me that a state would allow two individuals to marry and start a family knowing the potential risk for the unborn child, and at the same time work extremely hard to ensure that two individuals of the same sex with no risks to an unborn child are not able to legally marry or start a family through adoption. Another piece of information I found to be interesting is that you must be at least 16 years of age in order to obtain a marriage license in the state of Georgia. If you are 16 or 17 years of age, both parents and legal guardians must give their consent in person. If wedding applicants are underage and they have either already had a child together or either the bride is pregnant, then parental consent is not needed. All that will be needed is either a copy of their child's birth certificate or a letter from a certified Georgia physician stating that the bride is pregnant. Georgia appears to be comfortable with the fact that teenagers are married and bringing babies into this world, but it's too much to be able to allow two adults who love each other and can provide a loving, stable, and supportive household to be able to marry each other and adopt a child who needs just that, simply because they're the same gender. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that men and women of full age, without any limitation due to race, nationality, or religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. They are entitled to equal rights as to marriage, during marriage, and at its dissolution. Nowhere in this statement does it say that marriage should only be between a man and a woman. And it is in fact recognizing that both males and females have the same rights when it comes to marriage regardless of who they are marrying. In the 2013 article found in the New York Times, Judge Shelby has laid out a thoughtful and methodical defense of the constitutionality of same-sex marriage. He allowed that marriage laws are generally left to the states, but he explained that individual rights must trump states' rights, where the two conflict. Judge Shelby is able to recognize that marriage is a human right that is not being recognized in many states, Georgia included. The government has become over-involved in the human rights of the residents of Georgia, and this needs to change. Please join us in our efforts to make this happen. What can you do to help free the residents of the state of Georgia from the tight reins of their government so that they are able to express their human right of marriage? Thank you.